AMI Stadium in Christchurch on a beautiful Sunday afternoon as we bring down the curtain on week 2 of the ever-popular ITM Cup. Wins so far for Wellington, Tasman, Southland, Waikato, Hawke's Bay and Auckland. And looking to join them in the winner's circle this afternoon, either Canterbury or Counties Manukau. Both sides had wins in the opening week. Canterbury comfortably over Otago, and Counties Manukau saw off a late burst from R02. Well, it's club day here in Christchurch. Great to see the youngsters parading around before the game. Hundreds of them in actual fact. And the Canterbury team today will wear their club socks. Anyway, let's have a look at Counties Manukau. And a couple of notables here. Jimmy Tupou, the captain, of course, played for the Crusaders down here. And so also did number 7, Jordan Taufua. In fact, he was one of the outstanding players for the Crusaders throughout the season. Pierre Francis made a good debut at number 10 last week for Counties Manukau, and Tony Pulu on the wing scored a hat-trick of tries. So it's a pretty powerful Counties Manukau lineup this afternoon that Tana Umanga has brought down here. As we pop inside the respective dressing rooms, let's introduce hello, commentator Brendan Laney.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. Great to be here. It really is a fantastic day for rugby in Christchurch, and the crowd's really tuned up. We've all got their shades on as we see this Canterbury side, who once again have got plenty of experience. Obviously great to see Ryan Crotty in at 12. Patrick Osborne out wide with Manukau on the wing as well, and Tom Taylor. Great back three. They'll be looking to use those guys, and they'll be very keenly led by Luke Whitelock at 8.
Yes, plenty of good players on display here. And our man sideline today is Ian Smith.
Yeah, Nisbo, pleased to be here too. It's a lovely evening here in Christchurch developing. It's been a wonderful day. There's no wind to speak of at all. And the conditions underfoot absolutely perfect for this encounter, which over the years, looking way back, has produced a lot of points, some exciting tries. And Counties have always had that flavour in mind, particularly under Tana Umanga. So looking forward to this as they make their way down the long walk out to the main ground.
Yes, it is a long walk, and Jimmy Tupou is the captain, and he'll have made this walk a few times, of course, with the Crusaders. The Counties team getting away to a bit of a shaky start last week. They had a big lead over R02, and then R02 came hard at them in the last 10 minutes or so, but they held on for a victory. And, of course, it's Canterbury's first home game of the season, having won down in Dunedin last weekend. So Counties out there, and the sun is, I think, Smithy, might be a factor in the first 20 minutes or so.
It may well be as we look at it on camera, and I'll be about to come out, but when we get the shot of the ground, the sun sets bottom left of the shot, which means right-hand top corner, in those areas may just be peppered with the high ball initially. Good point.
So Luke Whitelock, who is captain of the Canterbury side this year, and as Brendan mentioned, plenty of very good players in this side. Saw Ryan Crotty, Tom Taylor, Matt Todd, all played for the All Blacks, and Joe Moody. There's Patrick Osborne, he's been in the setup as well. So it's great to have the ability to call on those top players.
Yeah, very nice from a coach's point of view especially. And I suppose it is a bit tough when you're bringing guys in from who haven't really been there right from the start. But look, you know, Ryan Crotty especially, he's been around this Canterbury outfit for a long time. Matt Todd's been outstanding as well. And it's just good to see them back, and the young guys in the team get a real kick out of that as well.
Well, we've seen plenty of good players come back in the second round of the ITM Cup. Saw Israel Dag in action last night. Charles Piatau today, Corey Jane. There's been a fair few of them. It just adds to the competition, doesn't it?
Yeah, it did right, Grant. And the thing is, it makes the other guys around them just lift their performance a little bit, because they know they've got to just step up and perform. And that's what's great about this competition.
And a great moment here for 9-year-old Lexi Phillips from Spraydon Primary School. She brings the match ball out and gets a good reception to her favourite player in the Canterbury team is Tom Taylor.
That's a good choice, isn't it? He's been playing some good footy. Had a great outing against Otago. Probably had three of the easiest kicks he's ever had in his rugby career, right in front. to open her up. So I think this county side will be pretty tough today. They're a pretty good outfit.
Yep, a lot to look forward to. Glenn Jackson has the whistle, and he signals time on. And Pierre Francis to get this game underway at AMI Stadium, and it's a good kickoff too. Canterbury didn't control it initially, so you can see the sun is still shining, and it'll be in the eyes of the county's team in the first half. And you'd imagine that Canterbury will use that tactic, and there's a good solid hit early on from Tony Pulu, who had a big day last week. He managed a hat-trick of tries. Now gone quickly and booted away downfield, and not quite making it to the touchline. So Jared Page is able to return the compliments, but early honours go to Canterbury.
Well, that's a great kick. Didn't put it out, but man, he put some distance on it and forced counties to kick out. So great attacking opportunity here for Canterbury.
So Ben Fennell throws in. Counties in disputing possession. Mitchell Drummond hurls it away to Fennell. And Ben Fennell takes it towards the centre of the park. As Canterbury here's a half break from Crotty, almost slipped through, and then they lost control of it. And looks like they're going to play the line out.
Option, we've got a scrum or a line out. Scrum.
Well, taking the scrum. You see here, Crotty just squeezed through. Tried to get the ball away, but unfortunately Tom Taylor had man and ball at the same time as well. Never really probably had control of the ball, Grant, so a bit tough to get away, but just nice to see they're really keen to attack Canterbury.
He's such a versatile player, Tom Taylor, slotting in today at fullback.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
So Richard Judd in his first season. Of course, Augustine Pulu, regular halfback for Counties last year. Kane Hansey seems to be the permanent reserve, seems to be happy in that role.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. I'm just looking at this front row. Grant, how big are these guys? Like, that county's front row is huge.
Well, on this near side, Puliasi Manu, of course, we're well familiar with him. Chiefs front row. And against Joe Moody, so that'll be a good go. So in it goes from Judd. And off it goes, and the Counties quite happy to run the ball out. And a powerful surge from here, Francis, number 10, happy to take it to the line. Now Mike Lawrenson in the white headgear. Stuck just near their 22 Counties. And now Judd makes the kick. And McNichol, oh, it looked like he'd misjudged for a moment, but he did well to recover. Taylor gets rid of it smartly. Osborne, as they try to attack through the middle of the park through Crotty. In fact, it was Goodhue, in fact, in the 13. And Canterbury in possession. Just in Counties Manukau territory. As Dominic Bird puts the head down. Now Drummond swings it away to his left. And here is Todd. Gives the pass off to Osborne. Finds Todd. Good stuff. Then it's Drummond. Now an opportunity. Just couldn't quite link up inside the 22. And Counties have turned this over. First to the ball. And that's been partially charged. And not into touch. Well, it will be shortly. No, in fact, he's gone with a head eye. I think Glenn Jackson on Tony Pulu.
Yeah.
He's a wee bit abused about that, but man, what a great start by Canterbury. You can see what they're trying to do. They move the ball to space early, try and get around the outside. There's a great turnover by Counties there, and did a good job, but unfortunately just getting the kick charge down. See here, They get the ball nice and wide. Beautiful pass by Tom Taylor. Todd did the right thing, and then just the offloading. Beautiful play.
Stay 9. 9. 9. Hold.
Goes Bird, drags it down for Drummond. Osborne is the first receiver. And he took a bit of putting away too. Now Drummond. And Canterbury getting all the go forward so far. And that'll be a penalty. Good work by Dan Hyatt, the number 8. He was over the top in beautiful position, had all rights to the ball.
Yeah, he did it well. They just, unfortunately, kind of leave it too far across the advantage line there. It was Princett who just, unfortunately, didn't have enough support, and Hyatt did a great job. Straight over the ball, nice and strong, great turnover.
Just some signs here, though, that Canterbury want to recycle quickly. They just didn't get enough support there. Drummond was not strong enough in that point of contact. But also the back three looked dangerous. The combination between McNichol and Osborne and Taylor was very evident with the one kick return they had. Dangerous signs here for Counties. Got to chase well.
Judd gets it up high, and it's well and truly into touch on the full. So they'll have to go all the way back.
Also, you'd expect that, Brendan, that you'd think Don Bird would have a picnic, wouldn't he? And
Down, please, boys.
he should have today.
Yeah, he did right, Smithy. At the end of the day, he's probably one of the taller guys on the paddock, and he'll be the go-to along with Whitelock, I suppose.
Another good line out from Canterbury, and now hits it hard, does Goodhue, and slips the pass, and it's been dropped by McNichol. Lovely run from Jack Goodhue, and he just couldn't link up with Johnny McNichol.
So close too. Beautiful pass by Moanga. The miss too. Nice and flat, hit it hard, straight through. We see McNichol just in the inside, and unfortunately just down around his knees. This will be a great angle. Look at that, off his knee, and unfortunately opportunity missed.
Just did enough, didn't he? Sione Fafita and the 11 jerseys for Counties Manukau. Just enough to hold things up.
Crouch. Bind. 6.
Early test on the Counties scrum.
Ball's out.
Oh, some real difficulty, but they've managed to scramble it back. And Francis has cleared it away to the 22. He's not too happy with the distance he achieved there.
I'll tell you what, he's probably quite lucky in the fact that he did get the ball out, because, man, that was a very powerful scrum by Canterbury. Really got that extra shovel on.
Fennell throws. Grabbed by Dunchie. Now Drummond off to Osborne. Well looked after by Francis. There it is again for Drummond. And here is the man who made the big break. Goodhue. Drummond again. Big defence there from Counties Manukau, but they've still got some more to do. There's Crotty, and he runs smack into Pulu. Referee's got the arm out here. Penalty.
Release. Leave it. Penalty. Release. Penalty there.
He's well travelled, Glenn Jackson. He was in Buenos Aires last weekend.
Yeah, well, we're probably lucky to have him back before he heads away to the World Cup, but you just see there, once again, Canterbury trying to move it to space. Get outside. And unfortunately, the Counties players just rolling over the top there. The big tackle on Crotty was an absolute ripper, to be fair. Bang! Hit him high, hit him hard. But unfortunately, they rolled over the ball.
Well, we just had a shocker here.
He's missed touch, hasn't he, Richard?
Yes, he has, and he's put it out. A touch and goal.
Well, that's unbelievably bad, that really, because the work off the top of their line-out has been fantastic, how they've transitioned that into midfield offence, but they're not going to have the opportunity for that, or a line-out drive to test the Counties as well. Big bullet dodge there.
Crouch. Bind. Sit!
A lot of pressure again.
Use it!
But it's there this time for Judd. So they're going to try and run it out for a better angle for their clearing kick.
Not how play.
In fact, it's gone outside the 22 now, taken out by Taufua, so there's no direct kick for touch. Instead, Judd goes hard across field. Taken down by Taylor. Good defence on him. And the penalty immediately.
And the side.
And it was entry.
Straight in the side. Straight in the side. Clean out.
Well, pretty clear, isn't it? You've got to come in.
In the side.
Can't come from the side. You've got to come from behind. Fortunately, Tom Taylor, beautiful tackle, actually, right around the boots. But that pressure released again, really, from Counties. They saw the mistake on the other side. You see Taylor take it up, bang. Once again, just straight over there, we see Goodhue right in at the side. Can't do that.
So Counties has survived that initial onslaught. 10 minutes gone. Gafatasi.
4, 7, 3, 2.
Hold.
Canterbury up there, disputing possession. Francis. As Counties try and batter their way through in centre field. Slung around, but hanging on was Tupou.
Get out, fight, get out.
Now Judd, off it goes to Francis. He's good running first five. He likes to take the line on if possible. Counties not committing too many players to the ruck, and it could cost them here. This Canterbury player gets slung into the distance. Now Manu. Judd gets it away once more. Oh, nice offload into the arms of Vaka. Right in centre field, 10 metres away, and
7 on his feet.
penalty goes the other way. Matt Todd.
Holding on.
Well, they did all the hard work, really. Counties. Nabu had a lovely wee offload there to Vaka, and but that man, Matt Todd, he just seems to be very, very, he's so good over the ball, Smithy. You've got to be so careful.
Well, this is a great contest today between the two number 7s. They know each other pretty well, don't they? Jordan Taufua for Counties Manukau, and of course Matt Todd seems to have been on All Black fringes since the year dot, Matt Todd, but he's still a fantastic player. Great depth in that jersey.
He's Canterbury's top try scorer last year, Matt Todd.
7. Just hold. Yep.
13 minutes gone, and up goes Bird, gives it off to Todd. Canterbury set this just out from the 22. Plenty of pressure coming through the centre, and he's got himself offside as Mike Lawrenson. So he's going to play advantage as Fennell bangs it up. Now the wide kick. Looking for McNichol, but they'll go back for the penalty.
Taking a 9.
Now, will they trust Richie Moanga this time?
Entry and taking a 9.
Well, you'd think they'd try the 3, wouldn't you?
Well, they sort of need some points, to be fair. They've battled way down this end of the park for the last sort of 10 minutes and haven't really come much away with much at all. So you see they're taking a shot now. But unfortunately, Lawrenson here just hit and then came through and took the halfback. Unfortunately, for some reason, halfbacks are sacrilege, not allowed to touch them.
Well, you've got to have the ball, don't they?
Well, it does sort of help, I suppose, Smithy, but they'll still whinge anyway, wouldn't they?
Yeah. The big difference between the two sides at the moment for me is Canterbury's set pieces look very assured. Their line out is working just fantastically. They've got 1 or 2 very good options there, and their scrum looks superior to Counties at the moment. So at this stage, their platform just looks a bit more solid.
Well, nice to have a kicker of this guy's ability in your side. Don't want to hex him, but he doesn't miss many at all.
Well, it's the last time we're going to see him for a while, isn't it, in this competition? He's off overseas, Tom Taylor.
Yeah, well, they've certainly got a good bye. because he can play a number of positions and extremely well in all of them.
So here's the first attempt of the day, and well, it pretty much went straight. So it remains scoreless here in Christchurch. 15 minutes gone first half. The boy from the Bombay club, Pierre Francis, puts it up nice and high, taken down by McNichol. Now Moanga kicks it into the shadows, so it's not quite so difficult. Nicely offloaded by Fafita.
Still playing advantage.
He's playing advantage here as Counties try and get something going here. Puliasi Manu finds himself with a little bit of space. Now Judd away to Francis, moving the ball quickly through the hands and pretty effectively, although Canterbury cribbing across in defence. And he was waiting for an advantage there, Glenn Jackson, and there was none.
Well, I've seen this County side trying to just offload and tackle, especially their big forwards. They've been doing it reasonably well, just probably lacking a wee bit
Scrum, knock on.
of penetration, just straightening the ball a wee bit, just tend to be a wee bit sideways, and this Canterbury team, they'll pick you off if you carry on like that. You've really got to change the angle.
So that all adds up to a slight advantage. It's not all about weight, though, of course. It's technique.
Bind. Sit.
Plenty of shouting and yelling going on.
One in. Yes. On the setup, get
The
straight.
upshot is a penalty. Goes the way of Canterbury.
Well, you can see Manu's expression. He's not too happy about that, and sometimes I do wonder whether it is a bit of a guess that sometimes, especially for the refs. No disrespect to Glenn Jackson, but he's not a front rower. Yeah, that could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So Canterbury in possession. And away goes Todd on a good run. Tried to flick it around the back, tried to free the arms, and it got knocked back by Counties. And so cleared away by Judd. Oh dear, this is... Someone has to kick this eventually, don't they? Always hold your breath. And off goes left winger Fafita. He's had it ripped away by Todd. He immediately gives it away to Leonard Brown. And here's a chance for Canterbury when Counties really should have been able to clear that. Bird gives it off to Dunshee, his fellow lock. One of the Counties players has stayed down for the moment. Now Crotty goes back on the inside for Taylor. As Crotty goes again, Todd. Now it's up to the skipper, Whitelock. He's held about 6 metres short. And Drummond goes wider this time as far as Moody. Pretty slow ball. Now it comes. Drummond back on the inside for Osborne. Referee said play on as they're getting closer, ever closer. Right near the line. Drummond looks around. Bird is ready. Drummond goes himself. And he's well held. Glenn Jackson doing somersaults, trying to get to the position.
Use it.
Now Fennell goes, and once again Counties hold them out. Drummond now gets it away for Taylor. Taylor stepping, held up. Drummond goes short. Boy, this defence is good. They've gone backwards here. Let's see if they can hold out again. Here's Bird having a go. Drummond goes a little wider this time. Across to McNichol, cut down on a beautiful tackle. Still 6 or 7 metres short. Drummond goes to Moody. Taken in the tackle of Tupou. Leonard Brown gets hit hard by Lawrenson. Big statement in defence coming up here. Dunshee drags it up. They're right out in front of the goalpost. Drummond goes again. Now they shift it wide, and now's a chance. Now, how's the pace? Osborne's chasing. Fullback Page. Osborne's closing. Page gets there. What a run. Oh,
oh, take a bit of counties. That's outstanding work. So much pressure on this Canterbury side in that last couple of minutes of play, and the defence from Counties was simply outstanding. Big pass, miss out. Unfortunately, Fennell couldn't get his hands on it, and away went Page. And I'll tell you what, he was getting dragged in. Osborne was going to get him at some stage, but man, great wheels and a fantastic try.
He got the staggers, didn't he, Patrick Osborne? About 20 out. It looked like he was going to get him, because he just, it looked for all money, he had superior leg speed, but determination, looking around, just changing his angle every now and then to make that distance a little further.
He was knocked out. He was facing this. Check his head.
They've got an issue with Jordan Taufua, Counties Manukau. He's still sitting down just outside the 22, but you heard Glenn Jackson in the background saying he thought he was knocked out, so they need to have a look at him.
Yeah, that was quite early on in that sort of. He lay on the ground and was sort of playing with his fingers, well, moving his fingers around, and sort of leads you to believe he sort of got a bit of a stinger, but Glenn Jackson obviously being reasonably close.
so while here's Francis lines up the kick, Jordan Taufua is heading for a concussion test, and the kick stays away. So totally against the run of play. Counties Manukau lead by 5-0.
Yeah, Sam Henwood will be the new player for Counties Manukau in jersey 20. Fantastic defence across the park. The last tackle on the other far side on McNichol was actually made by Piers Francis. That just levelled him in his tracks, and they, in the end, Moanga decided they'd have to get the ball to beat the man, not the man to beat the man, and the pass was way too out in front for Fennell to handle.
Short kickoff. Oh, and it's fallen nicely. Now he's on his own here. Is Ryan Crotty. He had to hang on for some time until the rest of them caught up. And good hands by Bird. Gets it off to Whitelock. So Canterbury back in familiar territory here, but they haven't yet cracked this defence. Fennell gives a good pass.
Last 6, get out.
Tupou tries to get out of the road. Oh, dive and catch. Just hauled in. Nicely done by Goodhue. Now the attack continues. Taylor gives it off to Todd. And they're holding him up here. They'll be looking for a maul. Now it's gone to ground. And Drummond's come away with it, but he's also got Fafita.
Stay on. Leave it.
Now the ball is there for Canterbury. Change of tactics. And wide he goes. Oh, that's beautifully done. Osborne's a bit nervous that he took him in the air.
Tackle in the air.
Yep.
Lifted. No, tackled it. Back. He was in the air. Tackled.
Well, you dice him with danger if you're tackling a guy in the air. He was never really going to get to that ball, I don't think. Really well taken. And once again, just relieving the pressure Counties have been under.
Fantastic defence.
Oh, they've been outstanding, haven't they, Graham? Just brilliant.
Well, this is about option 13 from Richie Moanga to try and break this defence down 2, and that was the tick to try and go outside the man on the right-hand side. It was never that wide, and there's no doubt about it, was in the air. So Tony Pulu's had a good start to this match.
Tupou wins it. Oh, the little half action. Bit of trouble here, Judd. Didn't half telegraph that he was going to kick it.
Play on. Play on. Get out of it, 8.
Counties haven't had a lot of ball.
No.
Certainly not in Canterbury territory anyway. As Narbo tries to take on the Canterbury pack. Now Francis spins it wide, freeing up Pulu out on the right wing side, but he's got no room. None at all.
Play.
Drummond is gone very quickly. Now Taylor has it. McNichol. Crotty gets it wide. Here's Goodhue, who's impressed so far in the game. Made his debut for Canterbury as an 18-year-old to Jack Goodhue. So the pressure continues on this Counties defence. So far, so good. Todd for Mo'unga. McNichol. Drummond again. Everybody's making tackles. Here's Todd. The new man, number 20, over the top this time. Sam Henwood. Whitelock.
Stay on.
Here they go again. Canterbury just probing away. Suddenly Osborne finds some room and he's got some pace, but cut down. Again, it was desperate defence. This time Francis came from behind and Canterbury make it to 5 metres out. As Drummond releases again. Mo'unga wide as they can go. Taylor, McNichol, and driven across the touchline. Todd was there with him, but offside this time, Counties. And let's see where Glenn Jackson goes, right out in front of the posts.
Well, you've really got to admire this County side. I know they're offside there, but man, they've soaked up some pressure and their defence has just been magnificent. Unfortunately, probably going to go down another 3 points, but man, they really have been absolutely superb. Guys all over the ground. See Lawrence getting some work done over on the far side of the field. The bit of blood, so they're certainly chucking themselves in there, Smithy.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure he knows where he is at the moment. Mark Lawrence, he's going to come off and have that attended to. So the physical defence is starting to take a toll on a few Counties' bodies at the moment, but the scrambling defence has been so well organised across the park that the Canterbury, with half breaks, etc., have not been able to get what they desire. They'll get 3 blood situations. So Mahama Vaipulu in jersey 19 for Counties Manukau.
Well, that guy walking down the touchline there in the shot just before, as we see Taylor bang over another 3, sort of seems to say that he's passed his concussion test. Tau for.
Yeah, not a man they want to lose, I wouldn't imagine. Vaipulu, well, he's an experienced player, so looks like Jordan Taufu is keen to get back out there immediately. Mama Vaipulu is waiting. May not be required though. Looks like they're going to patch Lawrenson up.
I'd say he's a bit gutted not be able to go out and get a run.
I think Sam Henwood's still out there. So the kickoff is made with about 12 minutes to go until half-time. Canterbury have it up off the ground here. Counties are trying to keep it that way. But the pass release, Whitelock gets it wide. Taylor spins it. Now they get it as far as Osborne out on the left wing side. And collapse more. So Counties get the ball in relatively good position here.
Yeah, once again we see that Canterbury structure where they try to move the ball wide, and they do it very well, but unfortunately we saw Osborne just going a wee bit upright. There he is. He got hit low coming up and he got the ball sort of caught. And unfortunately, turnover. Once again, good defence, Counties. You've got to admire them.
The try line hasn't been pierced as yet. So Richard Judd.
Sit.
Well, it's a week tonight, isn't it? To the All Blacks selectors name their final group. Still 2 or 3 players in the mix here.
6 o'clock, yeah.
Crotty for one, looking for a busy game, and Joe Moody in that front row is having a battle at the moment with Poliasi Manu.
Very clever, Smithy. I was thinking 6 o'clock on a Sunday night. That's brilliant. Nobody will watch the news, will they? Everybody will be watching Sky Sport.
Yeah. It's at the Beehive too.
At the Beehive, yeah.
I think you'll probably find there's probably X amount of news crews there too, Nisbo.
You think so?
It'll be everywhere, don't you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
Well, there's going to be some unlucky guys, really, isn't there, Smithy? I've been in that situation before with missing out on the World Cup, and it is pretty disappointing, and I feel for the guys that do, but unfortunately you can only take 31, and you've got to get that balance right.
Well, there's been some shocks in the past.
6.
What about 207 when Marnonu didn't make it?
Exactly, yeah. Look what the Aussies have done.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, well, let's get back to this one. And Counties have got a good opportunity here, putting some real heat on this Canterbury forward pack. Still organised. Canterbury look to have nullified it for the moment. And it's a turnover.
One of the great strengths of Dominic Bird, fellas. He's such a tall guy. He's got such a long reach. He can get, if he gets through the middle, that makes him legal. And then he's got that reach that goes over the top. A lot of pats on the back for the big man there.
Yeah, he did a great job, didn't he? Never actually left that maul at any stage. He's quite entitled to go through. See on the replay, it was a good line out. They brought it down. They set it very, very well. I see Sam Henwood at the back there, just trying to drive it.
Canterbury, let's go.
And there he is there, Dominic Bird, big long arms. He just got right over the top, and unfortunately Henwood was always going to struggle to get that out once he gets his paws on it.
Come on, move. Everyone, suck it up.
Crouch.
Well, he became something of a forgotten man during Super Rugby, Dominic Bird.
Sit.
Heading off to the Chiefs next year. Now, Counties put a little bit of power into their scrum. And play on, says Glenn Jackson. And looks like Luke Whitelock has managed to control it. And Mo'unga clears it under some real pressure, and not a bad kick either from Richie Mo'unga.
He doesn't get too flustered, Mo'unga. I must admit, I've seen him play a bit of club rugby as well, and he really does stand out with someone who's pretty calm and collected. Another first 5 in the Canterbury mould.
Yes, although there's a bit of an exodus, isn't there?
Well done.
Yeah, it's been thrown away. It's been very good work by Mitchell Dunchie for Canterbury as they work it across in front of their own goalposts. And solid contact. Jordan Taufua was there, made a telling tackle. But now they get it back, and a little bit of extra angle for the kick, but it's not out. And Fafita brings it back, clatters into his opposite number. Matt Todd came straight through and did the job. Referee right on the spot to make the call. And now Canterbury shift it wide, away for Osborne. And he puts a little kick into space and waiting for a bounce, and in the end he got a favourable one. Did Jared Page, the try scorer. Very scrappy at the moment. No place for a halfback. And off goes Pulu on a bit of a burst. Still in Counties territory with 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Counties with the lead in a low-scoring game. Oh, that's a rough pass. And fullback Page had to go back and tidy up, proving a little bit elusive, but finally he runs into Mung, and the ball sprung loose to Canterbury. They've got an opportunity here. And wide it goes to McNichol. He's got a bit of space. Oh, the pass is knocked down. And here is Ben Fennell. 5 metres away, Canterbury. Another golden opportunity from broken play. And Counties again will be forced to make plenty of tackles as Drummond goes down. In the tackle of Nabo, Moanga picks it up. Now Bird, dragged down by hooker Gafatasi. Now Whitelock, driven to the ground. Drummond gets it across. He's got offside here against Counties. It's not quick ball. Bird held up in the tackle. Whitelock.
Offside.
And we'll go back for the offside. And once again, this will be right out in front of the goalposts.
Offside.
Well, once again, that defence is outstanding, but really, I think early in that piece, I think that kick had to go deep. They tried to run it out.
Twice.
Jared Page tried to take the ball and take that Canterbury team on, and unfortunately got turned over. Moanga spun out with the ball.
Relax what you're saying.
Smithy, Luke Whitelock blowing up.
Well, he's just saying that they want a quick recycling, and they're not getting it because of the infringing. He's saying the infringing from Counties Manukau. I think it's born out of frustration. They've had so many opportunities inside that 22, been unable to score a try. So I just think it's as much frustration as it is really being angry with Glenn Jackson. Time in the 22 must, well, we know that Counties have been in there, what, once or twice, but it must be just incredible.
Tom Taylor, second penalty. And for the first time in the match, Canterbury lead, but it's taken them 37 minutes to achieve that.
Yeah, I keep on saying it, but this defence from Counties has just been magnificent, really. They possibly should be 10 or 15 points down, but they've just defended so well.
Sun getting very low. I'm sure it'll still be there when Canterbury turn around in the second half. As Francis kicks off, Dunshee waits.
Ball came round offside. Ball that already joined came offside.
Nabo offside.
Canterbury sides over the years have been particularly dangerous either side of half-time. Here is a great opportunity that Counties have given them again. Just watch for the player going round and then coming in from the wrong side. Went in front of the ball and didn't retire back.
Counties have conceded 8 penalties in this first half. That'll be a concern. Fennell throws. Canterbury have good, clean ball. Once again, they'll try and get it wide. Here's Todd ranging. Off it goes to Osborne. Slings it back in field. And he's been well marked today, Patrick Osborne. Counties have thrown it quickly, but they'd already set the line out, so they'll go to the regulation line out with about 90 seconds to go till half-time.
Well, we're seeing Matt Todd getting very wide on attack. We know he's quick, but they're obviously putting him out there and using him as a real link. And then to get to that first breakdown, but unfortunately Osborne never really got the breakdown set, so
Stay two.
sort of nullified Matt Todd's.
Badly overthrown, but Counties get there first through Francis. Judd brings it out. Oh, he's lost the ball in the tackle, has Vainga. So one last opportunity for Canterbury. We're in the last minute of this first half as Drummond works it away. Moanga, a loose pass goes behind Crotty. Now Crotty gets it. Here's Dunshee, who's been prominent around the field so far. Nice hands there from Taylor. Again, Canterbury move it across. Now the little kick and chase from McNichol, and he got it back. And he gave it off to Goodhue. Still got an opportunity here, Canterbury, to really cash in on all this territory in the first half. Bird takes it in. Mitchell Drummond gets it off to McNichol. Down he goes. But there's the goal line just behind. There's Drummond. Crotty trying to hold off his opposite, vying it, but he's onto him big time. And in fact, it's been turned over and snapped up by Tafua. And trying to rumble it out. Counties.
Got back.
No sign of the siren, I don't think, as yet. In fact, there it is now. And good call by Richard Judd in the end, just puts it into touch. And so there it is, half-time here at AMI Stadium. And any thoughts that Canterbury might be having a bit of a walk in the park today have been dispelled in the first 40 minutes. 6 points to 5 after County scored the early try through Page. Tom Taylor came back with a couple of penalties. And 6 points to 5. And we're just standing by to have a chat with Richard Judd, County's Manukau halfback. And he's standing by now with Smithy.
Thanks, Dispo. Well, Richard, you're in this big time courtesy of some great defence.
Yeah, no, we are working hard this week on our defence and getting up off the line. I think that we're doing that quite well this half, so we need to keep building on that second half.
You need some ball in the right areas of the park, though.
Yeah, I think we need to build some pressure, play some territory, and just play down there and as we score some points.
Okay, go and listen to the message, mate. Thanks very much. Richard Judd there, Nisbo, as we go to the break with the home side. Noses in front, 6-5, courtesy of 2 penalties from Tom Taylor.